Brew. That was a real quick intro there. But welcome Thursday morning. And we have our guest host today. We have Tara Tedeschi with Cross Country Mortgage and the Pioneer Day Committee. Parade, how do you call that?
Yeah, I'm a board member for the Pioneer Day.
Okay, well, there you go.
Absolutely.
So we're just sitting here having some coffee and chatting. And now this is informal. It's real mellow. We're just chatting to chat.
Yeah, I can finally relax now that the last two big events are over.
Yeah, and we were talking before we came on air about how we hate all the different streamings because we have to sign up for everything in order to watch one thing.
Oh, exactly. It's ridiculous. Like I was saying, it's almost worse than having cable now. I'd rather just pay for cable $100 a month than 12 different streaming services.
Right. Well, remember when you had the satellite is like $150. I'm cutting that. I'm going to get, whatever it was the first one out of the gate. It was like, I think it was at Streamer or Stringer or something like that, but Sling TV.
Sling. Uh-huh.
It was like streaming TV. You could watch sports, $29.99.
It was the coolest thing, but it was so expensive.
Right, and then it's like you have to do this, you have to sign up for that, you have to sign up for that.
Everything I did, you almost have to have an Excel sheet to figure out which show is on which channel, how much it is. And keep your budget basically just to watch television these days.
Right? I know, it's crazy. Do you get into those kind of like those TV series, those shows like Yellowstone or?
I do, but I'm a binge watcher, so I will literally just watch 5 seasons in a couple weeks and then have to only pay for a month of that service.
Have you seen there's a show called Night Agent?
No, I haven't heard about that one.
So that one, we actually got into that. My son turned us on to that. So it was kind of slow to start off. It's kind of like some of those series. They're like, okay, click.
Right.
Didn't make the cut.
It's like give it a couple episodes.
Right. So he's saying like you got to give it. Okay. So we did it, and it was cool, but it was only like 5 episodes. So now it's like,
oh, it leaves you hanging.
Well, yeah, now you're like, okay, you got into this, but I'm like you, we binge watched like Yellowstone, I think probably the first 3 seasons in like 4 days.
Till 2 a.m. You're like, I have to turn it off. One more episode.
It's like addictive. Because you're
really
like, oh
is.
man, I need more.
It really is. It's terrible. I rewatched Grey's Anatomy recently, and that was tragic because there was almost 20 seasons. So it was. I don't think I got sleep for a couple months because it's so hard to turn it off once you get into it and start to feel like you're part of the family and into the characters.
What's your most favorite rerun show? Like just not like a Happy Days or like old.
Probably Friends is a really good one that I'll just watch randomly, or like I said, Law and Order. I mean, that's not really a fun one to watch, but Law and Order is always a good, entertaining. There's over 22 seasons or something, so there's usually one you haven't seen.
Is that the one where they like change different leads? Like there's a different like main character of Law and Order. Has it been consistent all the way through?
It's been consistent.
Really?
Yeah.
20 seasons.
Is usually, and then the one guy now that's on Law and Order. Oh God, it's not Criminal Intent. It's some organized crime. There's like 5 different kinds. There's regular, there's criminal intent, there's SVU.
Sometimes it's hard to like keep up with with things. It's like and I feel like even on the movie side of it, it's like they're not thinking outside the box. It's like, oh, let's remake The Little Mermaid, or
it's always remakes.
And it's this. Now let's use. It's just like do
Somebody
something.
has to come up with something different.
I mean, how many times can you make Spider-Man?
I was just talking about that with a family member of mine. I'm like, literally, I think it was on Jeopardy. I was watching Jeopardy, and they had a Spider-Man category, and I was like, what? How come there's literally 27 different versions of Spider-Man?
Right? I know. Or Batman. Batman Returns. Batman's gone. Batman goes to school.
I know. I don't know. There's cartoon ones, live ones.
I know. It's so Fast X is the Fast and Furious series is in the theaters now. Which I didn't even know it was in the movie theaters until my daughter said something.
I had no idea.
But it was only there for like a week, or been there for a week. But they started off in like this cool road racing, this and that, but it's kind of went to this like different level of like
crying.
Really? I mean, you're jumping your car out of an airplane and flying. But have you seen the new one?
No, I haven't seen it.
So I won't give out too much, but the Aquaman's in it.
Oh, then I will go watch it.
It was, Eric, can you pop that back up? So this was probably one of the funniest characters I've ever seen, in the Fast X movies. This guy was just comical the whole time. He was a bad guy.
Okay.
But it was comedy. So you gotta see it. So it's in the movie theaters. It's probably gonna be gone after this weekend.
Okay.
So
I gotta go watch that. I don't have much going on this weekend. So
yeah. But
that'll be a good one.
But with Paul Walker, he was kind of in it still a little bit. They're trying to kind of kick him in there. But they say there's still two more movies left in the series.
In the legacy or whatever.
And this was 10.
Yeah.
This was 10.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I think the first one came out when I was in high school.
Yeah, me too. I think I was in middle school when the first one came in.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Back there, I don't even know I was born.
Yeah, we just won't mention that.
Awesome. So Tara, tell me what else you got going on. So we just had the Best of the West, which I must say, thank you again for what you gave me, the tickets and all that stuff. And I've never been.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed. I was like, this is super, super cool.
It's pretty cool. When I talk to people out in the community, I was not raised with tractors. I was literally raised in Shell Beach. But that I've gotten involved in all this, it's so awesome to see, grown people and families and older people and whoever that come to this and they go, what in the hell have I been missing? Like,
right.
I had no idea that it's not just about tractors. I think the whole event is just really patriotic and fun, and you can have a couple beers and grab a hot dog and, just see what. Yeah,
I think you have a little misconception of what it really is.
Right.
Because like I said, antique tractor show, over the years. All right.
It's
cool.
Kind of boring, but
yeah, but this year it was like, I was like, wow, what, it's like, what have I been missing? And this was the 8th year?
Yeah, they started back in, I think they did one in 2010, one in 2011, and then kind of put it to sleep for a little while and came back in full force in 2015. So yeah, 8th year, I would say, with the exception of COVID.
Right. But it was just the tractors. I kid you not. I swear to God, I thought these tractors, have you ever seen Wild Wild West with Will Smith?
Yes.
And
yeah.
I thought those were just made up. Those are real tractors.
Those are real.
And
things.
They were there at the antique tractor show.
And you see the guys start them up, and it takes a village to get some of those tractors running. They're ginormous. They're huge. They're not just these little hop on a John Deere and ride around like a farmer.
It was amazing.
Cool.
Little tiny ones that looked just like that, and to full scale. These things were buildings.
Oh, absolutely. And the earth moving, and then the flyover we had this year. That was the first time we had a 5-ship. That was amazing. So
what was the Dow? Were those Dow owned?
No, they're not owned by Dow. They're sponsored by Dow.
Okay, so they just put their brand underneath it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So that's a flight team out of Southern California, and we're hoping to get them back next year because they were great.
Yeah, it was like I said, I was pretty impressed. And then the train, we went on the train. I didn't know there was a airstrip back there. I didn't know there was airplane hangars back there.
Oh yeah. They're building. Those are new. Okay. So they're building those, and then hopefully next year we'll have the airstrip open and have people to be able to tour the hangars and the planes and stuff they have down there. There's just too much construction going on right now, so we couldn't have the upper level open. But
and then there was an auction too.
There was an auction. It wasn't live, but Pioneer Day, and then individuals could submit their equipment and whatever they wanted to sell. And Almond Auctions did that for us online. So we sold some of the items that Pioneer Days owned for years that just hasn't left the barns, and we thought would be better off at individuals' homes. They wanted to own a piece of history and whatnot. So that was kind of cool.
So you couldn't buy or get your little ticket there to bid on stuff.
No, it wasn't live. I was looking for that. It would have been fun to do a live,
or like a silent auction. You can, there's a base to where it has to get over or something like that.
Right.
But
yeah. But it was cool to be able to, help people exchange ownership of whatnot. And then we were able to display a lot of that. So there was 2 rows of tractors and implements and equipment and whatnot that was all just auction items. So it was displayed. It just wasn't like auctioned live like the fair.
Yeah. No, like I said, I must say it was really fun, and I can tell and see why you'd have to move it up to 4 days, you know, versus 3, because there's a lot of stuff. I felt like I didn't give, you know, I mean, because it was actually the hottest day, you know.
Yeah, did you come on Saturday?
I did.
Yeah, it was warm. It was beautiful.
Yeah, no, it was great. You know, we weren't expecting that, but it was hot. So, and we had the baby, my grandson, and so we were cruising around, did the train, and then, but I felt like I didn't get enough. I mean, we were there for probably 6 hours or so.
You could hang out for 2 days and like really get the feel of it. And that's why we sell the weekend passes.
Yeah.
It's $10 a day per person, or you could buy a weekend pass for $25. So some people do that and just kind of come in and out, come for the noon show, come back, do the train one day, come back. You know what I mean? You can make a weekend out of it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and we all camp there, so it is a weekend for us.
So tell me what happens at nighttime. What's the fun at night? Let's sell the weekend pass, camping pass right now.
Oh gosh. Well, I guess it could be as fun and or as boring as you like it.
Yeah.
We definitely have fun at night. Friday night is a sponsor dinner, so we usually are over with the sponsors and hang out there, and then go back to camp and have a few beers around the fire and hang out. But we try to call it a night decently early, because we all have to be up, at least all the board members and committee members that are there have to be up pretty early. So and then Saturday night, last year we did a dinner in the barn because it was the national show. So we did a big dinner in the Assistencia barn up top, and that was fun, but it was long after running the whole show and whatnot. And then go back to camp and just hang out. Some people don't participate in that, and they just, you know, cook their own dinner around camp and hang out. But yeah, it's $50. Well, it's $150 to camp for the weekend. It's dry camping, so you don't have any hookups. But $150 to camp for the weekend, and that includes your 2 passes. So
wow,
it's pretty cheap. And if you don't have anything else going on for the Memorial Day weekend, we'd love to have anybody else out.
Cool.
It's cool, yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty neat.
Well, we got more to talk about, but we got some sponsors that we got to go to.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Cool.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Welcome back, North County, to the Morning Brew. We are here with guest host Tara Tedeschi. We are chatting all kinds of things, North County. But yeah, so we have our next phase of concerts. Templeton concerts coming, right?
Yes.
So let's see.
When did that start? I forgot.
Let's see. Templeton concerts in the park. That starts next Wednesday, June 14th.
Okay.
Summer concert series will take place Wednesday evenings at the Templeton Park, and we are starting the season off with Joy Bonner Band, and then following week we have Way Out, then we have Jump Jacks, then we have Ghost Monster, Bad Obsession, unfinished with the Beatles. I guess that's a Beatles tribute band.
Okay.
And then August 1st we have Garden Party. August 9th, Stellar Band. August 16th is Brass Factory. And as always, we end with Monty Mills and the Lucky Horseshoe Band. But you guys will segue into Cross Country Mortgage.
Yeah.
But you guys are sponsoring, what is that? August 16th, the Brass Factory.
Yeah, the Brass Factory. So
Brian on the phone.
Okay.
My office, and did you need to take that?
Yeah, well, yeah, let's go back. Let's go into Lori right now. We have breaking news with Slow County News on the phone right now. There's something exciting, and you guys turn up your radios, turn up your phones, turn up your TVs, turn up your iPads, whatever. We've got to listen. Lori, good morning.
Oh my gosh, good morning. How are you guys?
Good. How are you doing?
Hey, breaking news. There is no news.
Oh, man.
I hate to disappoint you, but everything's quiet. I'm not going to say the Q word because then my war room's going to go off.
Let's see. I knew you had a war room.
Yeah, my war room is quiet right now. Everything is looking smooth. It's overcast, but you know what? I think most of us like this and are enjoying this right now. And I have nothing going on the roadways. Everything's clear. I'm sure as soon as I hang up, the war room's going to go off. But everything's looking great today.
Oh, well, good. Well, and I guess that's going to keep you at home, continuing to work on the house, then, right?
Yep, today the bathroom.
All right, well, so I can only envision. Eric and I was talking about this the other day. I can only envision this war room that you're making over there. It's like this bomb capsule to where, like, if we go into like a complete nuclear meltdown, you could go in there and still be getting all the latest news and all the greatest, but survive the whole world.
Negative. Negative. I will be with my handheld scanner driving as fast as I can away from the incident.
You're going to be like...
I will gladly call you on the phone and tell you to run.
You'll be like that Bruce Willis movie, what was it, Armageddon?
Right. No, nothing like that. I am a chicken. Like, if I know that there's like an incident happening downtown with guns involved, I drive the opposite way.
Usually smart.
Yeah, right?
Silver and I don't get along. Those things just scare me. Bullets and I are not friends. So that's probably why I have my scanner, so I know which direction not to go.
Well, there you go. Well, awesome. Well, so you guys, that's I guess a short report today.
It is. Enjoy the weather. The aid cyclist will be going from, I think they're in Ventura now. They're on their last leg. So they're out of our county, and so the roads should be clear all the way around. And again, it's going to be a great day. It's a happy Thursday, and we've got lots to do. Perfect.
Yep, there is a lot of stuff to do. It's, as we always know in the North County, there's so much stuff to do. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up this weekend again, and it's going to be. I think I love this weather. I'm one of the ones that is not complaining at all that it's like this.
Right.
So
no, I enjoy this weather too. It could be 110, so I'm okay with this weather. I'm fine.
All right. So, well, you guys have a beautiful day. Hello, Randy. Hello, Eric, and I hope you guys stay safe today.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Lori. Have a good day.
See you guys later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Lori Bryant, Slow County News, 28,000 followers and growing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they just basically, there's like 8 of them throughout the county that report, and they're all communicating back and forth. And
it's great to have local, on the scene and or up to date, not just the media, but our friends and family doing that.
Totally.
Keep us posted and aware of what's going on. Because I know, like, a couple years ago when that shooting was happening, it was the local people that really kept all of us up to date and like where to stay away from and avoid this area and whatnot. So
and she was saying that's when they skyrocketed, because people were tuning into that, scanners and all that other stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of live coverage, unfortunately, I don't think, other than them.
Right.
So it was
every now and then you'd get something, but that's about it.
Right.
So
super valuable.
So anyway, we're talking about mortgage, we're talking about cross-country mortgage, we're talking about you. So we're talking about concerts in the park.
Yeah, so Concerts in the Park, my office, which is downtown Templeton. Mark Kuhn, Scott Elmark, and myself decided to sponsor one of the concerts there. So we'll have, come on down, hang out. We'll have some food, and small bites, and couple drinks available if anybody wants to come down. As always, Templeton's amazing. I love it.
Right?
In the park is one of the best.
I know.
County, so.
But you know what? Is it me, or is it always cold on Wednesday nights? It doesn't matter if it's 1,000,000 degrees on Tuesday or Thursday. On Wednesday nights, it's always like
I don't know what
60
it is.
degrees and windy.
Yeah, so definitely bring layers or a blanket to cover up with.
Yeah, it's just wild.
I know. I don't know why it's like that, but yeah, I would agree.
We always do the, who can stay in the park the longest. Against the other groups of different people,
Right.
But it only happens on the warm nights.
Exactly.
On the cold nights, everybody's, all right, you guys win.
Yeah,
We're leaving.
and there's no lights in the park at night, so it just gets dark and you're on your own.
There's one over by the bathrooms, and I think there's one over by but it's real faint.
Right.
It's not very
Have
bright.
street lamps or anything.
No, but like I said, on those nights that it's really warm, 90s, high 90s, you could stay out there all night long
know,
and,
it's so gorgeous. I
drink
love
your
it.
beverage of choice,
I always relate it to like a Hallmark movie.
right?
The concerts in the park and just Templeton in general, and it's just so cute. I love it. It's awesome.
So tell me about mortgage. Let's kind of
Mortgage.
tell me what's happening in the mortgage world. I've always wanted to have a mortgage person on here so we can chat. What's going on? Is it like?
What is going on, right? It's kind of a hot topic right now, just because rates have skyrocketed in the past year or so. But to be honest, and when I'm talking to friends and family and whatnot, if you look at the historical data, around 7% is average. So, since they started tracking in the early 70s, the average mortgage interest rate is about 7%. So we've been really spoiled this last few years. And people that are millennials and older or younger millennials who have never seen the high rates that they had in the 80s and 90s, the 7% thing is just astronomical. How could you ever pay that? Mm-hmm. But it's still a decent interest rate, to be honest. And my saying is, date the rate, you marry the house. So if you find a house you love, you always want to buy, because you're never going to... Homes appreciate. There's only been 1 or 2 years since they start tracking that there's been a depreciation of value. Obviously during the crash of 2008, and then 1 or 2 other times. But you're better off buying now than waiting. Mm-hmm. And so you marry the house, buy it, and then eventually you can refinance into a lower rate if rates go down.
Because even around here, your rents are high. They're
right. Rents are, as anybody knows that either owns a rental or does rent, the housing rental market is just astronomical right now. I think I was just recently looking, because I just like to monitor the market, and there was a 3-bedroom, modular home that someone was asking $3,500 for, and it's, they can get it because the inventory is so low right now. But It's crazy. I don't know how people afford it. But with that being said, $3,500 to rent, or you could pay, $33,000 or $3,500 to go buy something,
right? And
build your net worth. Eventually, you're always gonna build equity in that home, which builds net worth and whatnot. So I always say.
So do you still think there's still an influx of people coming in from different areas because of the Central Coast, because they're now able to work from home, or they're getting out of the big city type deal?
Yeah, we still see that for sure. The cash offers are still...
People are coming in paying cash for things.
I know. Millions of dollars, too.
Dang.
They're selling their Bay Area home that they bought for $2 million. They're selling it for $4 or $5. Coming down here and buying a very beautiful home for $1 million cash.
Yeah, they're like,
so it's not out of the
1,
right?
2, 3. It's
not out of the ballpark for them. For us who've lived here forever, we're like, what the hell?
Right? Yeah, we're like,
stop it.
What? Do you need more money?
Stop it.
That's insane.
Yeah. I always like to show people, I have this graph thing that I show people. And when they're like, oh, I'm going to wait 6 months, or I'm going to wait a year, or I'm going to wait 5 years to buy a house, they've got it in their plan, right? The cost that you pay to wait is more than you would than just buying it now. And I think you might have something.
Yeah, because it
shows some people, but it kind of shows you. It's really neat, this little graph, and I can pull that up for anybody that wants.
Because like you said, things are appreciating. So you don't buy now, you're going to wait until 5 years down the road. Well, everything just got more expensive. So you're paying more money for that. Inflation, all that, everything that comes along with that. So you end up, or you're renting, you're dumping money into somebody else's mortgage.
Right.
It's just a big scam. Jeez.
and inventory, like that's our biggest problem right now is inventory. So there's just no homes available, right? And the ones that are available are over $1 million, and it's like there's a select amount of people that can qualify for that.
Yeah.
So they don't anticipate inventory issues being solved in the near future.
Right.
So you're just you're kind of stuck. So if you can qualify and find a way, buying is usually the better way. And there's so many programs. I know, we were talking about all the different programs that we offer. There's so many. So if anybody ever thinks like, there's so many times I run into someone who says, oh, I don't think I can buy. And I'm like, well, why? And then they go, well, I'm this, or I don't have a down payment, or I have this credit issue, or I have that. There's 99.9% of the times we can figure out a solution and get you qualified.
Really?
To buy. Oh, yeah.
So self-employed, low, maybe bad credit history, not enough down, too much credit, somebody already has extended. So basically somebody can come into you and you can kind of sit down and put together a plan and, say, oh yeah, well, Mr. and Mr. Jones, you can, buy this home, whatever, no money down, whatever, you qualify for this, you qualify for that.
Totally.
Or, hey, you need to, sell that truck, so then that way you can kind of fall under, ratios, type deal.
I have many clients that come in, and I always recommend, come in, let me do a softball on your credit. Let's look at your situation and analyze it, and then come up with a plan for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months down the road. If you're not ready right now, or I can't find something, which is, like I said, usually a slim chance I can't find something for someone, but we'll do a plan for a 6 months. Hey, make sure you make this payment and we'll get your credit up to a 580 credit score so I can get you into a house, or so on and so forth. So yeah.
What about just land? Can you do that now still these days?
Yeah, you can absolutely just buy land. Typically land loans are shorter term, so they want you to either pay them off within a couple years and or have a plan to build, so that it would then transfer into a construction loan. And there's tons of different options on that as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have like a mortgage show. Serious.
There's so much to talk about. There really is.
Right.
I think a lot of people don't know.
Well, totally. Well, I mean, it's such a broad subject.
It is.
To where, it's not like a, one shoe fits all, type thing.
Not.
And so each person has their own, how did we get financed? What were we able to buy that we didn't think we could? We've been renting, like I said, $2,500 a month for rent. And we were able to buy at, $2,000. Now, our money is going towards our mortgage, our equity, our, property.
Right. Or another situation that I think a lot of people, especially right now, don't realize they can do is, take equity out of their current home that they own and go buy another house. So get a home equity line of credit. You don't want to refinance your first if you're down at 3% or whatnot.
Right.
So go get a HELOC, a second mortgage, leverage that first property and go buy another one. And then that's how you start to buy. That's how a lot of people who are, seasoned investors, that's how they acquire their wealth, is they leverage one to buy another. And then once that goes up, they pay that down, then they leverage that one and buy another.
I think everybody's done it. I did it, years and years ago, and 18, 20 years old. I bought, I own all these properties with no money down. Right. Of course, it cost me like $100 to get like the, the piece of paper that says, that's how they probably bought their, properties of me giving $100.
Right.
But I bought this no money down, and anyways, that didn't work.
Right.
Another Ponzi scam.
I know. But yeah, there's so many different strategies. So it's always good to have, someone in your pocket. Everybody knows everybody around here. So it's like, ask friends and family who you use for mortgage.
So how do you get, there's so many mortgage lenders. How do you, it's like real estate agents. It's like, I know 1,000 of them.
Exactly. I think a lot of it's, personality. Who do you fit with? Who do you jive with? And then experience, and also just referral basis. So friends and family, ask around. Who did you use? Why did you like them? Why didn't you like them? And whatnot. And then just interview them. You don't just have to choose one and go with them. If it's not working out, or the first time you meet them, you're like, ooh, that didn't.
Right.
We didn't really fit, or they're not giving me what I want. It's not like you're locked into a contract. So choose wisely, but definitely, go interview different professionals. There's
awesome.
There are a lot out there. So make sure you get along with them. I think that's the biggest thing, because you're with that person and talking to them, and they know a lot of very private things. So you want to make sure that, there's not any sort of issues there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tara Tedeschi right there, downtown Templeton, right? Yeah. Awesome. Well, cool. We're going to go to commercial, and so we will be right back. Welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys, here. So we appreciate you guys being here. Like, subscribe, hit that little doohickey on the top where you get notified when we're live. But we are here on the Morning Brew Show with Tara Tedeschi, guest hosting with us. Thank you again for coming in here and chatting all things North County.
Of course.
So, and we live in this really cool area. There's so much stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. What else is going on?
You know what? Let's see what else is going on. Well, the fair's coming up.
Well, how can we forget about that?
Right. And so they just announced yesterday that the first day of the fair is going to be free carnival rides for the kids.
Stay away from the south end of the fair, basically, on the first night.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's going to be wild.
Cool. Really
right.
neat.
But the fair, it's kind of cool. I kind of have this love-hate thing with the fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man, they take so much of my money. It's like, I love corn dogs. So I have to hit every corn dog stand, but it's like, but then I get there and it's like, hey, and I end up having a good time. But
like a high school reunion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
Everybody's dragging me in. I don't want to go. I'm gonna have fun. I want to leave at 7:30. And I end up closing it down. And so, but it's one of those love-hate relationships.
I love the fair.
So
I'm not scared to say it. I'm there almost every day. My son used to raise pigs, so we were there all the time during that. But now I get to leisurely experience the fair, which is fun.
Cruise around.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of cool stuff that's happening up there. With the grounds, they just had three speckled hens. Mm-hmm. They had the Firestone, brew beer,
the beer
fest.
That was a big thing.
They had the Sheriff's Rodeo. There's just so many cool things that can and does happen there.
Yeah, throughout the whole entire year.
Exactly.
So many things.
Right, and so many years that it just lies dormant, between the fairs. Mm-hmm. And so now the CEO, like Colleen, is now the new CEO of the fairgrounds, and I think she's trying to get things happening, there more.
Yeah.
Being able to use the different, like the Frontier stage and the main grandstand area and the Hearst Foundation equestrian areas.
Absolutely.
And so just a lot of things are happening. And
I've always wondered why they don't do concerts throughout the year.
Right.
Like, why is it just during the fair? Why can't they host, a concert in October in the grandstand. That would be
Well, the
so
Smoking
cool.
Armadillos did that last year, remember?
Yes.
So they rented the whole grandstand area, and then
they did.
yeah, the fairgrounds kind of piggybacked on with their what was their kind of like trying to be a stagecoach type deal where people were camping and there's like 5 or 6 different nobody people
bands or
just
there.
local people or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, it's such a great venue. I don't understand why they wouldn't have it be more like a concert circuit area for the off weekends or whatever. I think it would be a great draw. I would go. Yeah,
Well,
cool artists.
I don't know because it's like state owned, state owned too. So I don't know if that has a little bit, a lot of more loopholes and
sure, there's a lot of political
tape to go through, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
are you going to any concerts?
Right now I say no. I usually don't. I mean, like I said, it's we've got so much stuff going on, during that time.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Who knows?
I'll say no now, but I'll probably, afterwards, I went to Pitbull, I went to this, I went to that,
Right.
So I'll probably, who knows?
I usually will end up getting getting the cheap seat on the day of, and then because I don't normally sit in my seat, I'm a little butterfly all around the concert area hanging out. This year got off the wait list. I'm a Heritage member now again.
Oh,
so,
did you?
Yeah, so that's going to be cool. So I'll get tickets in the Section 8. And Luke Bryan sold out, so I'll be able to get a ticket to that. I've seen him before.
But you also have to buy tickets out there so you got your Heritage Foundation, which is, whatever dollars just to be a part of that, to go up into the, the skybox.
Yeah.
But then you still have to buy tickets to go out you get
an allotment of tickets that's included.
Okay.
And then you get the option to buy more if you want.
Gotcha.
So, which is kind of cool for the sold out shows if you don't, and there are always good seats. They're in Section 8.
Eric, we'll have to do that. We'll have to put that on our list of what we need for What's Up North County is to be
heck yeah
Heritage Foundation members.
No, we want to be behind the stage.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
we'll Tom Kafuri.
Yeah, we'll do that too. We'll be we'll be broadcasting from the stage, on the stage,
there you go.
Under the stage, behind the stage. We'll just be the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be the What's Up North County stage.
Right next to Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly. Gangsta Paradise.
That's a fun one that I can't wait to see.
Right?
Nelly. Pitbull, yes. That's going to be...
So I asked Eric this question yesterday. So have you ever seen the video with Pitbull, Trace Atkins, and Luke Bryant?
No.
Really?
A video?
Yeah.
Like a music video?
Yeah. It's where the cowgirl's at.
No.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you got to see it.
I'll go watch it right after this.
Yeah, it's super funny. I mean, it's not like, like oh my God, but it's just the collaboration between the three of them,
Absolutely.
So it's on one of my music plays when I'm at the gym in the morning, so
I'll have to pull it up. That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's like I said. So we were talking about the Elks Rodeo.
Yeah.
So that was super fun.
Right in Santa Maria.
Yeah,
right?
in Santa Maria. So it's not a North County thing, but it was again 4 days. It was packed.
Oh God.
All 4 days.
Sold out on Saturday, I think.
Yeah.
Because
really?
I got tickets like in the last minute.
Oh no, kidding.
Yeah.
I thought that was like I've never been there before. I've actually never been anything down in Santa Maria, really.
I mean, I think I went when I was in my late teens because I went to high school down in Rio Grande, but it's been years since I've been there. So,
but the rodeo itself, the grounds were cool. It was like a fair. They had they had their whole midway area with their ride. They had a couple rides. They had camels there. Yeah. They had a big auction going on.
They had an auction?
Yeah, they had a cancer awareness auction going on also.
How cool!
So I don't know if that was part of the rodeo or if it was just happened to land on the same. I don't know, but it was super cool. And then we're just the rodeo format. They had the bull riding, they had the bronc riding, which was awesome. They had the wild horse. That was pretty wild.
The wild horse, that was where they hold the rope.
That was the bucking bronc was the one where they hold the rope, but the wild horse was the very first one where that guy was out for they had to stretcher him out. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So he was the first one on. They had to get this wild horse, saddle it, and then somebody had to jump on it and ride it around the barrel.
Oh, yes.
And this guy, I mean, these things are wild. They're not broke yet. And so this guy got onto this thing and he rode. And I think I just glanced at something else happening. Next thing I know, he's on the ground at the east side of the arena, and he's out. He's done. I mean, he just
knocked out.
Oh yeah, he was out. And they just said that he was fine, but I never saw that he was fine. They put him on a stretcher and hauled him out. Meanwhile, all these other horses are still going. I mean, everything's still going on around him.
Oh,
and it's just like everybody's trying
parents watch that. I mean, if my son did that, I wouldn't be able to be there. It's so hard to watch sometimes.
Well, like that kid that got hung up on the bronc.
Yes.
I mean, he dragged around the arena for
dragging around
a minute, 2 minutes. It seemed like
he lost strength too, so he was literally just dragging next to the horse. Gosh. It was rough. That was rough.
That's probably the in my opinion is, well, I mean, other than getting bucked off, landing on your head, getting stomped on. I mean, I guess there's all kinds of things, but getting hooked and you can't get your hand out because they put that stuff on so tight, goes around just to hold on.
I know.
And somehow, some way, that's supposed to go, okay, quick release,
right? And it didn't work.
But overall, like I said, I thought the
mutton busting was cute.
I love the mutton busting.
Oh my god!
I could watch just mutton busting only.
It was so cute. I loved it.
It's funny because last year at the Creston Rodeo, there was like 50 kids. It seemed like it went on for like an hour and a half. It seemed like kids were, it was lined up, which was awesome. And I think we saw like 2 kids come walking out with the parents. The parents are like, because they're like, I'm not doing it, So they're walking out, parents are talking to them, the kids walking off, it's like, no. But then there was a couple of the kids that came out and rode it like a bull, and they strapped on, which was
super. They've done that a few times before.
Yeah, and that was, but mutton busting, I mean, that is like that's the icing on the cake for me.
It is so cute. And how brave of those kids to get on. I mean, there's some kids that won't even walk up to an animal, let alone ride one.
Well, nobody really rode it at the Elks Rodeo, right?
No, I don't even think
they
got past 2 seconds. They literally just hung on to
I had to watch it on the screen because I couldn't see up and over the people in front of me. So, but
still cute.
It's
good of them for trying.
We're gonna start training my grandson.
Oh, there you go.
As soon as he can walk.
Right.
So we're gonna first put him on the dog.
Better. It's safer that way.
Yeah.
That's what I always said.
But no helmet. No helmet.
No helmet?
Nah, we're going to go old school.
Oh, Jesus. Just risk it.
Yeah, just a, face mask. That's it, and goggles.
Yeah, just goggles.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, so we got all that stuff coming up. What else we got going on here, Eric? We got to talk about, county supervisors. Now, this would be cool, where they give themselves a raise.
Oh.
How cool is that?
Not.
They voted on their own raise.
Yeah. I mean, do I have to be PC here or
right? I mean, it's like
it seems
it's like, Tara, hey, we need to make more money, right? Yeah, and we're both on the board. Okay, well, let's you vote yes, I'll vote yes, and we'll give ourselves a raise. Okay,
right.
It's like, okay, who opposes? Nobody.
Yeah.
All in favor? All right, cool. We get a raise.
Where's the second level of review or the checks and balances there? I've never understood that.
I know. The executive board, they get to vote on their own outcomes, or anything. I mean, why? It's a monopoly.
Needs to be revamped there,
right?
Let your constituents they can get the raise.
Yeah.
Let us figure it out.
Right.
Yeah. Let us say yes or no.
We vote on them,
right?
And then so we should vote. Somebody should vote other than the person receiving the benefit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna vote on my own. I'm gonna vote on me not paying taxes.
Well, it's like a judge recusing themselves from a certain trial or whatnot because they have a personal interest in it.
Right.
You shouldn't be able to have a say in something that we pay for as citizens.
Right. So why even have the vote? Just do it. It's like, why waste all the time? Just, all right, well, you get a pay raise. Yeah. So why waste any of this stuff?
Years in advance. Hey, You're going to get it raised every 2 years or whatnot.
Anyways, we can talk about that all day long.
I know, right?
So, anyways, so it is 8:20. So we are rolling out of time. So,
Okay.
yeah, this was awesome.
I know. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so we've got Cross Country Mortgage downtown.
Yeah.
Right? We've got Pioneer Day Committee coming up. We've got Pioneer Day coming up in October, right?
Yeah.
And
The
you
parade.
guys, and the what?
The parade is October 14th.
The parade's October 14th. Mm-hmm. And is that the next big thing that you guys are gearing up for?
The big thing right before that is the kickoff party.
Okay.
And that's at the Warbirds Museum.
Okay.
In the big hangar, and that's September 23rd. That's one of our big fundraisers.
Okay.
We have the live auction, we have the dessert auction, big old barbecue dinner by our board members and Brush Family Barbecue, and casino night. We have live music by Andy Morris, or not live music, but he DJs for us, and then Doug Filipponi does the live auction. That's a really fun time. So check on our website or our Facebook page, Paso Robles Pioneer Day, and we'll have more updates once we get the poster out and tickets available.
And you guys also do the bean. Is that you guys are in charge of the bean contest?
The cook-off.
The cook-off?
Well, that's just they make beans in the park every Pioneer Day, and you can come bring your crock pot or your Dutch oven or your bowl and get a bowl of beans and go.
So it's not really. It just kind of started happening, and it just became a thing. It's not really.
So back in the day, that was a way for the business owners and the community to feed the patrons, is they would just cook a big old huge cauldron of beans, and now it's turned into this ginormous production. They make hundreds and hundreds of pounds of beans every year.
Awesome.
Pretty neat, and it's free. Everything on Pioneer Day is free, so
very cool.
Pocketbook at home is the same.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, Tara. Well, thanks for coming on and guest hosting with me this morning. And we appreciate all the information on Pioneer Day and, the mortgage stuff.
Of course.
Like I said, we can dig into that on another just kind of direct and targeted show
we can
about
do a
mortgages.
mortgage and real estate thing that would, I'd love to do that.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thanks again. Have a good Thursday.
Yes, you too.
I didn't just have a stroke there. Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County Morning Brew. We appreciate Tara for coming on and being our guest host today, but we can't do this without you and your support. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Story Termite and Pest Control, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Paso Robles Furniture, Amy and Jamie's Place, and 5-Star Rain Gutters, guys. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Veux-tu danser avec moi? Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up, all in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.